It's too stressful, and frankly, I do not have the nerve.
Our rights are on the line, folks.
The right to buy Cosby
rights.
sweaters? Minecraft in the United States in one weekend made more money than Snow White has made globally after 3 weekends.
Could the downfall of a fairy tale heroine become the biggest cautionary tale in Hollywood this decade? Stick around to find out as we dive into the saga behind Rachel Zegler Snow White meltdown, rumored replacement by Jenna Ortega, and how it all shook Disney.
Her own movie. She's literally the only person there. Meanwhile, the experience at Minecraft goes something like this.
Chicken
Hello everyone. Today we're unraveling the drama surrounding Disney's live-action Snow White remake, a film that went from highly anticipated to steeped in controversy. Rachel Zegler, who burst onto the scene in West Side Story, landed the iconic role of Snow White. Initially, fans welcomed the idea of a modern spin on this beloved princess, seeing it as a bold step toward empowering female characters.
The future of Hollywood is being battled out right now in theaters as 2 live-action remakes from the biggest studios in Hollywood go head-to-head.
But somewhere along the way, excitement turned into turmoil, multiple script rewrites, conflicting creative visions, and reported tension between Zegler and co-star Gal Gadot fueled rumors that production was in shambles. The final blow came when gossip emerged of a potential Snow White reboot starring Jenna Ortega, leaving Zegler's version in limbo.
Warner Brothers' Minecraft movie versus Disney's Snow White, which in theory should be quite a battle, but it's not even a fair fight.
When Disney announced this remake, many believed Zegler's strong vocals and screen presence would add a refreshing twist to the 1937 classic. Insiders hinted at a Snow White who championed kindness and agency rather than waiting to be saved. The studio's decision to hire writers with modern sensibilities suggested a serious effort to evolve the fairy tale.
Her own movie. She's literally the only person there. And do you not understand how humiliating this is?
Some fans, however, voiced concerns that tinkering with a foundational Disney film could alienate purists. Would transforming Snow White's character clash with the story's core themes? Nonetheless, the project forged ahead, touted as the next big live-action success. Trouble surfaced when Zegler described the original Snow White as outdated, though she aimed to highlight the need for modern heroines. Her phrasing rubbed traditional fans the wrong way. Critics accused her of disrespecting a cinematic treasure. Simultaneously, rumors spread of disagreements on set. Gal Gadot's darker take on the evil queen reportedly clashed with Zegler's approach to Snow White's moral integrity. Crew members whispered about endless retakes whenever the two shared scenes.
Interesting about all this is that the only person waiting in line to see Snow White was Rachel Zegler.
Then came scheduled delays, originally planned for 2024. The film slipped to 2025 as rewrites piled up, directors cycled in and out, each imposing a different tone, some leaning whimsical, others leaning gritty. Scenes were reshot repeatedly. The dwarf's role and certain plot points kept changing. By now, fans sensed something was amiss.
And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Online chatter erupted when insiders claimed Zegler felt deeply frustrated. She had championed a proactive Snow White, believing the character needed an update for modern audiences. But public backlash painted her as dismissive of Disney tradition. As the controversy grew, so did her anxiety. Stories circulated that she broke down after learning Disney might consider shelving the film or giving it a muted release.
Goes something like this.
A particular rumor captured headlines Zegler allegedly discovered. Disney was exploring a new Snow White project featuring Jenna Ortega. This revelation blindsided her. Years of effort and emotional investment suddenly seemed at risk at the studio, pivoted to a safer, more faithful adaptation. Even fans who disagreed with Zegler's approach sympathized with the shock of potentially being replaced.
Rachel Zegler then inexplicably continued to post herself in an empty theater.
Disney executives, including CEO Bob Iger, offered little clarity and vague statements. They spoke of upholding audience expectations, but no one confirmed or denied Ortega's involvement. Whispers of secret test screenings emerged with tepid responses to the film's uneven tone. Some claim the story veered wildly between comedic scenes and somber moments. Without an official stance, speculation soared. Did Disney fear further backlash, deciding to cut its losses, or was the studio still mulling how to salvage a multi-million-dollar investment? Zegler, for her part, reportedly demanded answers about the film's fate. Fueling talk of an on-set meltdown, critics used these reports to label her difficult, while supporters argued she was standing up for the project she'd anchored.
And the cops had to escort the rowdy teenagers out. The Minecraft movie is doing something magical. It's creating a live audience reaction event.
Audiences split into camps. One side believed Zegler's attempts to modernize Snow White betrayed the fairy tale's essence. Another side appreciated her intent to give the princess more agency, insisting backlash was overblown. A third group simply wanted a coherent movie worthy of Disney's legacy. Meanwhile, each new rumor about reshoots, creative clashes, or Ortega's casting fanned the flames. For Zegler, the stakes were enormous. She was a rising star, hoping to cement her status with a high-profile Disney role. If the film flopped or was buried, it could tarnish her reputation. Gal Gadot, more established, could ride out the storm. The rest of the cast and crew also fretted over being tied to a potentially doomed production. Morale plummeted.
Whereas the Snow White model is the message ad infinitum, shoved directly up your ass, and most importantly, in the most insufferable possible way, like screamed at you.
Jenna Ortega's name fueled heated debate. Critics of Zegler's approach saw Ortega's rumored casting as a sign Disney wanted to return to a faithful, nostalgia-driven adaptation. Some fans cheered, believing Ortega's version would steer clear of modern updates. Others felt uneasy. Would Disney simply ignore all the work done so far? Industry watchers noted this conflict highlighted a broader trend studios chasing safe, crowd-pleasing routes whenever a project risks negative. For Snow White isn't just any fairy tale. It launched the Disney empire. A botched live-action remake here doesn't just dent one film. It shakes faith in Disney's entire brand of reboots. Recent controversies over modernized storylines raise questions. Are these remakes sincere, efforts at evolution, or cynical cash grabs? The meltdown rumor symbolizes what can happen when a studio tries to rewrite a beloved story to fit shifting values without a clear, cohesive vision.
Encouraging to see a movie that decided to do the opposite of Snow White, which is, according to all available reviews, including from the people that I trust the very most on this platform.
Zegler's predicament shines light on Hollywood's harsh realities. Young actors, especially women, can face disproportionate blame for production woes. Critics argue that corporate indecision and chaotic scripts, not Zegler's interviews, triggered the meltdown. Yet the public narrative often simplifies complex factors into star says something controversial. Right or wrong, once the internet latches onto a storyline, it's hard to shift. The question lingers, what will Disney do with this film? Some speculate a low-key release on Disney Plus to recoup costs. Others think a limited theatrical run might be attempted. Though negative press could hurt ticket sales, still others suggest Disney might scrap it, pulling a tax write-off. Meanwhile, Ortega's rumored project gains steam in fan discussions, overshadowing the original. Amid all this, an official announcement remains elusive. If the Zegler version to see the light of day, will it arrive butchered by re-edits? Will it be overshadowed by a marketing campaign that shifts focus to supporting characters? Or will it vanish quietly to avoid competing with an eventual Ortega adaptation?
It is non-political. The Minecraft movie does not try to beat you and box you about the ears with the message.
This entire saga underscores the fragile balance between innovation and preserving cherished history. Snow White is more than a princess, she's an emblem of Disney's origin story. Attempting to modernize her inherently risks alienating those who hold the classic dear. Yet ignoring modern sensibilities also risks leaving younger audiences behind. When production woes, vocal stars, and corporate hedging collide, even the mightiest studio can stumble. Rachel Zegler's emotional breakdown, whether exaggerated by rumors or painfully real, symbolizes the human cost behind big-budget filmmaking. She believed she was championing an empowered princess. Critics saw her commentary as a slap to tradition. The truth is likely more nuanced. Regardless, her meltdown stands as a cautionary note about how swiftly public opinion can turn when fandom, social media, and messy corporate strategies intersect. In the end, Disney's Snow White remake became a hotbed of speculation. Pitting modernization against nostalgia, Rachel Zegler's meltdown story grabbed headlines, fueled by rumors of Jenna Ortega stepping in to save the franchise. As of now, we still lack definitive answers on the final film. Will it debut as planned, be discreetly relegated to streaming, or vanish entirely?
Box office numbers. The Minecraft movie made $60 million on Saturday. Snow White made 2.
One thing is certain, this fiasco reminds us that even fairy tales can get tangled in controversy. When ideals, profits, and public sentiment collide for those who once celebrated Zegler's casting. It's a sobering reminder that, in Hollywood, vision and passion aren't always enough. Sometimes, the biggest foes aren't wicked queens, but shifting studio priorities and a fan base ready to pounce. Thanks for tuning in. What do you think Disney should do? Should they release the Zegler film or start anew with Ortega? Let's discuss down in the comments. Remember, fairy tales can be complicated and modernizing them might be trickier than slaying any dragon. Still, there's hope. Hollywood thrives on reinvention. Should Disney refine its approach? Perhaps a Snow White can surprise us, even amid controversy. A powerful story can find its voice. Stay tuned.